Destabilizing Foundations, Episode 19.
The world of Ae'oene contains stories with mature themes. Content warnings are in the episode description.
It's wild to me that we are on session 20, episode 19. And every time before we start, I still get butterflies. It's crazy.
I know.
Every episode.
I get real excited too.
Wild to me. You'd think I'd be like, this is just another day in the office type of deal at this point, but no.
No,
Nope,
it's
not at all.
exciting. Like, every time I get to do this, I keep thinking I am one step closer to being able to play D&D professionally and make a living off of it. Because that's just my dream. Just play D&D and do that for a living.
What a fucking nerd.
I know.
Wouldn't that be the nicest thing in the world? Let's get started, shall we? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the World of Aeon's Stories of Legend, episode 19. We are so close to 20. We are still missing one of our cast members. I'm so sorry, guys. But we do have MJ. Say hi.
Hello.
Rennie.
Hi.
And Jack.
How's it going?
So, forewarn, Rennie and Jack, what was the con you guys went to?
Comic-Con in
Albuquerque.
New Mexico.
Which I am so jealous of.
Yeah, so like, editor's note or whatever, forewarning, we're like fucking sick, dude.
We're like fucking sick, dude.
Ugh.
Con plague.
Yeah, so sorry. But don't worry. The reason that Kaldin and Jellen sound sick is because they passed out together at Maeve's party and they got each other sick. So that's...
Right, yeah.
That's right.
That's
Also
exactly
Yeah.
it.
they were
that's
busy
exactly
cuddling
right.
and they got sick.
Yeah, this also has
Absolutely.
allowed me to explore my passion for the Umamusume gotcha game. I can't stop playing it. I'm all about these Yakuza horse girls, man.
The Yakuza horse girls.
Do you not know about this, Woos?
I have no
I
idea what you're
don't
talking
either.
about, literally at all.
I have
Okay,
no idea.
So this is a horse girl game based off of actual Japanese racehorses. The thing is, like, all of the racehorses in Japan are owned by the Yakuza.
Oh.
So this game has to be extremely careful in the way that it represents these horse girls because of who owns the actual horses. So they're not sexualized at all. It's
Really?
like the most
That's kind of
wholesome
crazy.
There are some of them
animal
that
human
are.
things you'll ever see.
Where are all my
Okay.
fine motion trainers at? Hell yeah.
All right. Interesting facts. I didn't
Yeah.
know anything about that. That's kind of crazy. I was totally going to lead into something else as well, and it's just now
Horse
gone.
girls.
It has been replaced by horse girls for sure.
That's how they get you.
That's how they got me.
That's where it starts, dude.
We were joking earlier because with Ren and Jack both being sick, Woos was like, yeah, we can absolutely reschedule if y'all can't make it. And both of them were like, no, this is the thing we live for. Are you kidding me? And yeah, we love being here too. I am so excited about the story we're telling together. And I am in that rabbit hole constantly of what's next. I can't talk today, apparently, but
I can't wait for the day that we can play weekly because, audience, you know that we release every other week, but we realistically end up playing and doing like 2 to 4 sessions within a short span of time and then having to take like a month off between sessions, which is really rough, to be honest with you. But we
Sucks.
are just dying to get a consistent weekly meeting, which really is only going to happen the more of you that are listening. So make sure to share it with everybody that you think might love it.
yeah,
but
way to
on
guilt
that
trip
note-
everyone, Woos, but
I know, right? You like that?
Do it
Perfectly
whatever
placed
it
in there.
takes.
yeah.
Whatever it takes.
I just want to play D&D professionally and make a living off of it. So help me make my dreams come come true. Thanks.
Absolutely.
So what we do here is we add in the Sarah McLachlan music in the arms of the angels. And
Yep. No, we don't get it. DMCA.
Oh man. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and get into this, guys. Let's do this. I'm so excited. So in episode 18, we left off with the group being split not just 2 ways, but 3 ways, with Maeve being gone, unknown, taken. Kaldin and Jellen took off in an investigation, taking them to the lighthouse in the Divinity District, going into the basement, an area that's devoted to Mordmion. And some might say, although they'll refute it, that they are closely connected to the Mortifer Pactum, in which Jellen had identified 2 of the people that took Maeve to be associated with. Led them through a portal, taking them to Trolf, finding that that was not a place they should probably be, and instead going through one of the other 4 doors, ending up in Undor, or at least they can assume so. We left Jellen and Kaldin as they were in the sewers there, finding a piece of burlap sack ripped on an upturned stone. Meanwhile, Thalira, having gathered her things, talked with Sally, and understood that before she could join, somebody needs to represent Maeve at the meeting with Piara in the morning to discuss the events that happened at the ball. And that is where we will come back into the session, as Thalira has entered the room with Honora Nighthall and Evelyn Gillerum on the right side of the table, to the left and right hand of the Lord. Fenlin, dried tear stains across his face, sitting at the table, looking a little put out. Sally sitting down, and across from you all being Piara and her advisors, 2 light Ganassi to her right, and then a fire Ganassi and a light Ganassi to her left. You know these advisors based on the paper Sally had given you on information about the people that would be at this meeting. So you know of Honora, you know of Evelyn. You see Piara, the 3 light Ganassis being Patrizia, Raphael, and Bruno, and the fire Ganassi with a bright blue mohawk of flame, Galette Bras Antigua, seeing brooch, a little emblem on his clothes that matches a certain emblem that Kaldin had found in Varutha's cabin, except instead of a crashing wave, is instead a flame. We enter into that meeting room as they all have stood to greet you, and Honora is the first to speak, acting as a moderator, a mediator here for this meeting. Well, it seems everyone has arrived. We can all take a seat. It's the sounds of chairs scooting across the tiled floor, and everyone sits. This meeting was asked to be put together by Mortifer Bakti. We all know, and we're all at the ball, and the unfortunate incursion that happened during it, in which Mortifer Bakti and Maeve Strongheart were attempted to be kidnapped through a portal to the primordial plane. We have talked with both parties, and we understand that there was a security lapse in our anti-magic shields that protect from certain levels and wavelengths of the arcane. The Lord, while away and currently helping with matters regarding helping those wounded, does send his regards and his full apologies for that, and the City of Glory is willing to pay the necessary damages. Sally at this point speaks up. You could see that Sally was kind of looking at Fenlin, waiting, and Fenlin's eyes still cast down at the table, his mind elsewhere. Well, the Rowe family would like to give their apologies as well to Ambassador Piara and her advisors. We should have done a better job of checking over those things as well. And Piara cuts her off. Damn right you should have done better. The Ae'oene have been a pain in our sides for far too long. I gave you all a list for this entire weekend of the potentials of enemies that could try to interrupt something. We all, of course, thought it would have been during my inauguration, but it was for the whole weekend. And this oversight will not be forgotten. And the fact that you even let a kyanite tiefling in that room when they are known to be one of the primary members of the Ae'oene is beyond me. She looks at you at the end of that sentence, Thalira.
That kyanite tiefling tried to save your life, as did I. We heard about what was happening, and we came here because we knew what the implications were. Please, hold your accusations. With all due respect.
I am actually so glad that you brought that up, the fact that you came there with, if I remember correctly, based on the information that was gathered yesterday by you, that you had came there with information that something was going to be happening. And yet you failed to deliver that information in time. And based on our notes here that the lovely World Union workers have given us, you entered into the facility with what appears to be a couple hours before the event happened, and yet nobody knew about it until right before it happened. Why was that? Why was that not something with a little bit more, I don't know, gusto on, hey, people might die tonight?
Oh, we tried. I'm glad you asked. I went up to the guard as soon as we heard what was happening to inform them. And he said, I will pass that on to the correct authorities. So please hold your blame again towards us. We come here for peace. I understand that you have shit with the Aether Crow. I have no idea what they are up to. But you know what? Despite all of that, we tried. Yes, we didn't get here in time, and for that I am truly sorry. It happened to hurt one of my friends, too. But let's just get to the bottom of this shit, please.
She looks over at Evelyn and Honora, as well as towards Finland and Sally. If what you say is true then, Thalira, where was the failure? Where was the breakdown in communication among your security team? Evelyn kind of puts his face in his hand, and Honora looks a little bit nervous at this. And you can see that Sally and Finland, at this point, Finland has looked up and is joined into the meeting, essentially. And they kind of look to Honora and Evelyn as well as their ball, sure, but they aren't from here, nor is the security team of Rothdare or the Rowe family. And Evelyn leans over and whispers in Honora's ear for a moment and comes back. We will investigate where that breakdown in communication is. Thalira, I think was your name. I am very sorry that you have taken the brunt of some of the blame here. Obviously, it is not your fault, and if you did communicate that properly, that is on us. We will look into this, and we will get that fixed. And Piara, I'm very sorry. Your apologies only go so far. And I'm not done with you. And she points back to you again, Thalira. And at this point, the Fire Ganassi next to her speaks up.
Before she speaks up, Thalira says, good, because I'm not done with you either.
Galette, the Fire Ganassi with the mohawk, takes his hand and reaches out and kind of gently grabs Piara's and pulls it back. Thalira, Piara told me so much about you and your struggles last night, and just how heroically you saved her and jumped into the portal. I must say, we are in your debt. I did a little bit of digging on my own, though. I find it interesting that you claim that your Kyanite friend, he is not a part of the Aether Crow. How much do you know about your friend?
What I know of him, he tried to rescue or find. And Thalira stiffens and looks directly at Piara and, was it Bruno, the Fire Ganassi?
Galette is the Fire Ganassi.
Galette,
Bruno is one of
okay.
the other Light Ganassis. Yep.
Looks at the others, and especially the one with that emblem. I know him because we were sent to investigate the murder of over 1,000, if not thousands, of children missing from Orlonis and Nevoa for the past millennia. And do you know who I found was behind that? It was Zoril Gog, which I happen to know has beef with the Aether Crow, and that's why they were attempting to murder you tonight. So that is why I am not done with you.
Understandable, and there is so much misinformation that has been thrown around. I understand why you'd feel that way. But it seems to me that you do not know your friend all that well. The Aether Crow come from the primordial plane, our home plane, yes. Surely you know that. Well, do you happen to know that we did a little bit of digging, and the portal to the primordial plane in Beautriage? Well, your friend, I believe his name is Jellen, was his actual name, correct? He happened to pass through the primordial plane not very long ago. In fact, just in enough time to have made the trip from Beautriage to here. It is conspicuous timing.
He also was torn away into the primordial plane 3 years ago as a result of this investigation.
Oh, were you there? Did you see that happen?
Maeve did.
And Maeve is, he looks around, not here. Why is that?
She is indisposed.
And Piara speaks up. What's also funny is it also seems that last night, among all this confusion, guards, of course, haven't been taken away from the World Union and were around in limited manner, somebody took the opportunity to break into my offices, my brand new offices that had just been organized, to steal something very close to us. Do you happen to know anything about that? Would any of you, and she looks around the table, any of you happen to know anything about that?
Thalira looks a little confused because she doesn't know exactly what was taken.
No, she does not.
I forget, did Kaldin didn't tell her where he was either, did he?
Kaldin did tell you guys the stuff he found.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's right.
Because it was important information, because he found out that you wouldn't know that she was part of the Zorlgog if he hadn't told you what he found.
Right. I thought we found out she was part of Zorlgog when we overheard the Crystal Tiefling talking in the sewers.
They said that they couldn't allow the Zorlgog to gain control of this, like, special location, but that didn't explicitly state that she was part of the Zorlgog.
Mm.
An assumption could be made, sure, but it wasn't.
An assumption could be made, but there was no specific statement said that she is part of the Zorlgog, which is why we're going to take her out.
Right, yeah,
but
okay.
Kaldin found a photograph of her with people with the emblem of the Zorlgog, which he did also take.
Gotcha.
And you guys knew about the other Kyanite tiefling that took a magical artifact, because when Jellen saw him in the scrying or whatever, Kaldin said, that's the dude that I let go.
Right, yeah.
So she can still look confused because several items were taken, but yeah, she is aware. I haven't been able to share with you guys everything that Kaldin found out because I haven't been given all of the information yet that Kaldin found out. What? I don't know who was supposed to do that.
I totally forgot about that, I'm not gonna lie. I totally forgot about that information. Oh no.
It's okay. I've only reminded you a few times, so totally on me.
Shots fired.
Oh no. Oh no. In my notes, things to do. Give information.
Pretty quickly.
It corrected Rennie to tennis, so I'm gonna have to give tennis information.
So yeah, Thalira, some of that will be Thalira truly confused, and then some of it will not be. But she definitely does look surprised. I will say that. What was missing?
It was a variety of things. Some books, a weapon that had been passed down, and a box. And that's all I can say. But regardless, it's very important. And frankly, it is a disgrace, and turns to Evelyn and Honora again. It is a disgrace to Glory in the World Union, the fact that they let all of this happen in one night. To your brand new ambassador. Fenlin finally speaks up as he straightens his back, broadens his shoulders. While I agree, this is an outrageous mistake on the side of the City of Glory, I need you to do me a favor and keep my love's friends out of your goddamn mouth. We have done and put on so much work to have put this all together, and for you to just disgrace, frankly, Maeve by speaking this ill of her friends, the friends that she has been looking for so many years, and to try to ruin that night and putting all the blame on them, shame on you. Now, Honora and Evelyn, obviously, you all have some fucking explaining to do, because we entrusted you with this massive event that we have spent so much time and effort to put together to try to help such a good cause. So we will speak privately about that, because I'm sorry. I'm getting a bit emotional. There's been a lot that's happened today. I need you all to give Thalira and us some space and some forgiveness here. You are not the only people who are the victims of this situation.
When he says that, Thalira will. Everybody else is seated. Has Thalira also sat down? Did we establish
everybody sat when Honora?
Okay,
that's
what I thought.
Seated, yeah.
When he says that she wasn't the only victim, Thalira will look to the others. Excuse me, and she stands up and stands behind Fenlin.
You can see of the ambassadors here with Piara, Galette has sat there stoic and very calm, demeanored, almost emotionless to a point the whole time. Where you could see the other light Ganassi here, Patrizia, Raphael, and Bruno, they had gotten a bit nervous at certain points, or even angry. Piara, of course, already been known to be a hothead. You see that as you almost saw her almost interrupt Fenlin at one point, especially with how aggressive he was for a moment, but when he softened, you can see Piara addresses this and softens as well. I am sorry. You are correct. Obviously, I was not the only one who has tried to be taken, although I think we can all agree it's fairly obvious that I was the primary target. But you're right. I don't know Maeve well by any means. I just met her yesterday, but she was trying to be taken as well, and I can only assume it had some sort of effect on her since she's not here. She surprisingly reaches across the table and asks for Fenlin's hand and looks at him. I'm very sorry. I should not have come at you and your group so harshly. And Ykalle, at this point, re-speaks up. Although we may have come across a little aggressive towards you and your friends, I do recommend maybe you learn a little bit more about your Kyanite friend. We will not forget this, and he is still a suspect in our eyes. But I think we can all agree there is a lack of evidence here, which is why we have a proposal for you and your friends, specifically you, Thalira. You seem capable. Patrizia leans forward, and you can see she has like a booklet sitting on the table in front of her. As she moves, taking notice, everybody looking in her direction at this point, as she flips the booklet open, you can see her essentially braided hair with the light LED lights that shine through are a deep and dark purple. Her eyes shining like a Lycanosi's does. She puts a hand on the booklet, pulls out a folded once sheet of parchment, takes it out, and slides it across the table and sits it in front of where your seat is, Thalira. As she speaks, we are prepared to hire you through the Adventurers Guild. This is a fair and legal contract to do two things. One is to retrieve what was stolen. We can assume that the Ykalle were behind that, but if you can find it to be someone else, the offer still stands. But because we assume it to be the Ykalle, given the events of last night, it stands to reason that we could ask you to do two things at once, and the second being to prove our innocence. You had mentioned that in your investigations, you had deemed that the Zoral Gog was involved in the killings of children, which is just blatantly false. But we would like a chance to prove that, because we understand that our word only goes so far. So, in the retrieval of our stolen items from the Ykalle, we would also like to hire you to find evidence that we are not at fault.
And what happens if I find evidence that if you were not at fault, perhaps someone else in Zoral Gog was?
Well, and she looks to Honora and just and kind of motions to where you're at. And Ykalle speaks up. Well, we are at the World Union, are we not? Bring it back here, and don't bring it to us then. Bring that information to the Union themselves, and they can see fit on how to move forward.
I am no diplomat. I think that is apparently obvious. I will not take a contract blatantly to clear someone's name. I will, however, take a contract to find the truth of what is going on.
Patrizia reaches back over and pulls the parchment back to her side, and Piara speaks up. I think that is fair. Give us the day, and we'll make the corrections to the contract through the Adventurers Guild. Keep it all legal, so when you have your full party ready, we can have it rewritten to your standard.
And the box gets turned into the World Union.
I think the box should be returned to us, since it was ours and stolen from us.
What if Zoral Gog is at fault?
That doesn't change who the ownership of the item is.
I will have to talk it over with my legal team. She doesn't have a legal team, but nobody knows that.
Kaldin is her legal team.
Oh my gosh. But you see that Piara kind of looks back to her ambassadors and with an eye raised a little bit. Okay, I think that's fair. I don't think I have anything of need with your team as of this moment. But she turns to Honora and Evelyn. If you two could stay, though, we have a lot to discuss. And Fenlin, you as well, because I believe that we now share some of the discrepancies with how things were handled. Fenlin nods, and you can see at that point Fenlin looks up to you, Thalira, and turns around to where his mouth can't be seen by Yara's team, and just mouths to you, find her.
Thalira nods. Like, resolutely, she nods.
Sally stands, and she curtsies. Thank you all very much for allowing us the time to speak. Have a good rest of your day. She opens the door and motions for you to follow.
Thalira squeezes Fenlin's shoulder as she turns around and follows Sally out.
Whew, that went better than I expected. Oh my gosh.
That was good.
Hey, you know, it could have gone a lot worse. I knew they had an offer for Maeve, and You, I guess? I wasn't expecting a contract like that, though. Yeah, that got pushed onto the City of Glory. We avoided, so that was good. I think that was the best outcome we could hope for.
Whew, good. And Thalira, at this point, she is, like, shaking her hands out, pulling, like, hands through her hair, like, I feel like that was shit. How do you do this all the time?
Well, normally, I do it with a lot less sleep and stress. So, practice? I'm usually not the one to do it, to be fair. It's usually Fenlin and, Maeve too, but Maeve, she's in those meetings and does well, but a lot of times she's really good after the meetings. That's where she really shines. Her and Fenlin are a great team, to be honest. They work really well in these dealings. Anyway, we've got things to do. Where do you need to go next? Where can I take you?
I think I should go back and see if Kaldin and Jellen are back, if they have any word.
Good idea. Okay, I'll take you back to the apartment and follow me.
Thank you.
And she begins to lead you back the way you guys came. In the meantime, Kaldin and Jellen, as we join back up with the two of you in the sewers where you had found the little rip piece of burlap sack going to the right, further into the sewers and away from the moonlight. You had seen the one pair of footprints coming from the left, which leads out of the sewers, you can assume, because around the corner is where the moonlight comes from. I had listened back, and I don't believe you all had made a decision on where exactly we're going. I think we ended right there, if I remember correctly with you.
Yeah, we ended at the sewers. Like we were in them.
I believe that is correct.
So, to start, my question for you is, do you follow to the right, where the rip of the burlap sack was, or do you go to the left, where the footprints are?
I was thinking probably sack.
Yeah.
Footprints could be anyone.
Yeah, sack does sound good. Follow that sack.
Follow that sack.
Why?
Oh my gosh, give me 1 second. I'm so sorry.
Dude, I feel so bad for Fenlin already. Preemptively for him getting dumped by Maeve.
God, I know. I feel so bad. I love him.
The second he was like, you keep my wife's friends out of your goddamn mouth, I was like,
oh shit!
My boy! My boy!
I ship!
Alright, so, you both take off further into the sewers, stopping to grab a piece of the burlap sack that was ripped on the upturned stone. Just to the left of the walking path is the very dirty and smelly water, of course. Pieces of ice floating as the air is quite cold, and the thing keeping the water from freezing completely is the fact that it's flowing. As you continue to walk on, I can make the assumption that you both are on edge of some sort, obviously keeping a lookout for things actively rather than using a passive skill. So as you do this, if I could go ahead and get a passive perception check from the both of you.
Our passives?
Sorry, active. An actual perception check. My fault.
That makes more sense. I'm guessing you guys are actively checking, so give me your passives. Okay. Can. Okay, not the worst.
It's gonna be a 14.
14.
It's gonna be a 24.
24? Good God.
Rolled 14 turns from not bad to pretty good when you have a plus 10. I would just like to say, this is extremely important. Very soon into us getting to this very cold place, Kaldin keeps little booties in his pack for Yana, for her little chicken feeties, and he put those on because he doesn't want her little feeties to freeze. Yeah, he needs to protect his darling, so he did put those on very, very early. And because it's fucking cold, he put up his hood and his, face mask.
I love it. So as you put the booties on, you're all wrapped up, and you continue down the sewers. As you're going, such very good perception check, especially from Kaldin. At one point, you see another upturned stone, as you are in a very old area of the city, wherever you're at. And you see a small little tiny piece of burlap sack again, and this time right after it, you see finally a drag mark. And the drag mark isn't that it's cleared snow, because the snow doesn't come in this far. You see the sewers begin to get more dusty and dirty the further you go in, so you start to see a little bit of drag mark, as well as you start to see a set of 3 footprints. But also, after that last rip, you see just a small smear of blood.
Does it smell like Maeve's doesn't taste like Maeve's blood. Like, what do we do with that?
Are you tasting
I
it?
wasn't.
Does it taste like Maeve's blood? What the shit?
I'm sorry, if you
Kaldin
taste it, I'll
leans
let you
down
know.
and he just blip.
Yum!
Disgusting. It tastes like blood. He vomits.
It just gives you the idea you're heading in the right direction, and as you continue on for a while, luckily it's become pretty obvious where these drag marks are. You go past a couple points where you could have turned, and you don't have to, because it's very easy to see exactly where they went. So following the path is... It appears as if the people were extremely confident, because they didn't try to hide it whatsoever. And pretty soon, as it's very dark, the dragging path you see takes a slight turn into an alcove in the wall. You see that there's some missing stonework. And it's not like a right turn that the sewer would make. It's like maybe a doorway, and you see that coming up. And with a 23 especially, you hear a snore and the crackling of a fire.
Before we go in, Jellen is gonna stop the two of them, and he's gonna turn to Kaldin. Kaldin, I know it would be foolish to ask you to not follow me into this again, so I'm not going to do that. What I am going to do is remind you that I guide souls, and I find them. So please, do not get lost somewhere I can't find you.
Holy shit.
What a fucking line!
Why
Dude!
is Yellen rizzing up everyone? What the fuck?
Dude!
Damn!
Is this a dating sim and Yellen is the protagonist?
Like, everyone falling for Yellen here.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Is Kaldin is pretty certain we're in Undor?
Yeah, I mean, I would say you have a decent suspicion.
Okay. If we are where I think we are, we may already be in danger. Yellen, he reaches into his pack and he pulls out the scroll that they bought and he holds it out to hand it to him. I think it's a better idea if you hold on to this. You know more about magic than me.
I will make sure its job gets done. Thank you, Kaldin. He takes it.
And don't let anything distract you from finding Maeve.
I'll do my best.
Nods once, kinda, okay.
Okay, let's go.
We should probably sneak.
I was just about to say, can I get a stealth check from you guys as you round that corner?
Oh, that's pretty good.
23.
17.
Why am I not surprised?
Well, I rolled a 7. What do you want from me?
Fucking rogues.
I know, fucking rogues, but even Yellen coming in with a 17, like, just overall.
That's just
Good
lucky,
roll.
man.
Don't you get disadvantage on your stealth rolls too?
I do. That is lucky, man.
Wow, okay, that's impressive. So yeah, you round the corner, Yellen, Kaldin, the giant vampire chicken and booties, and you see it's just like, it's a little alcove into the stone. It's not a very big room, it's just enough. You see a few cots, you see a fire, and there's a little lowering from the middle of the ceiling with an opening that you can see the smoke filtering through. And on one of the cots, you see a dark elf laying there, cozied up really, really good, but you can see his head and face, taking a nap. As you look around the room, you see a couple barrels. You can see there's a couple rations wrapped up on top of the barrel, as well as a candle that's not lit. And there's a small table in the corner. Looks like there's a couple papers sprawled out on it with a pen, or with an inkwell and pen. Pretty simple area.
Is there anything written on the paper?
17's pretty good. Yeah, I guess you can go look at it.
I mean, even if he didn't, Kaldin would have.
I know, but he spoke up about it, you know? Yeah, you go over there and very carefully try to look through them, and you, surprisingly, you see the larger sheets of paper are full of poetry. It's not very good, but, you know, it's an attempt. But there's a smaller sheet of paper above it that's folded, and as you very carefully unfold it, you see just this simple message. What would be, I'm struggling for the word. It says, watch for There's a different word for like a rescue team that I'm trying to think of, but it's not coming to my head. So we'll just go with that. Watch for rescue team.
Is the poetry bad enough that we would like hold it up and laugh about it?
Possibly, to be honest.
Nice.
Yeah, and there's no like markouts and like replace. It looks like it was written very confidently, but it's not it.
Nice. Kaldin mouths loser. Is there anything else we can find within this space that points to him being complicit in specifically Maeve's kidnapping? And it's just this one dude, right? That we see?
That's all you can see in there, yeah. If you want to search his body, you could maybe try to find something else, but just around the area, it's a very simple, it looks like there's like a little outpost, essentially, like somebody might be posted here to be on the lookout or to receive and transfer messages. Like it's very simple, and it's that way for a reason, type of thing.
I'm going to mind link with Yellen. I don't think
Okay.
I've done that yet today. I'm gonna search and see if I can find anything on his person. Unrelated, do you have Speak with Dead?
I believe I do, actually.
All right. Just good to have in our back pocket. You never know what's gonna happen.
Indeed.
I'm gonna go try and search his body. I'm also gonna pull out one of my actual daggers.
Ooh, okay.
Not the one that I painstakingly wipe down every single day, just so that we're clear on that.
So I'm gonna need a combo roll of both a secondary stealth check, because this is a specific thing you're doing, as well as an investigation, assuming that the stealth goes well.
And not sleight of hand as well?
Well, it depends on if you're trying to take anything. I guess, yeah,
Right.
I guess sleight of hand would make sense, because if you're gonna be looking, yeah. So let's do, instead of the stealth, let's just sleight of hand and investigation. That makes way more sense. Yeah.
Oh, are you sure? Because I did roll 31 on the stealth.
I'll keep that in mind as we roll the others, definitely.
21 investigation,
Okay.
and 30 on the sleight of hand.
Oh my god.
Is there anything else you'd like me to roll?
Oh my gosh, okay.
Just wait until we get higher levels. Calvin's gonna start rolling like 50s.
It's gonna be insane. It's gonna be so insane. Yeah, you pick him up and roll him over, and he doesn't wake up. You search his unconscious but very alive body. You find a couple spell components. We'll say you find a tuft of troll's hair, a little bit of diamond dust, which is useful, and a small animal's bone in a little component pouch. You find a little notebook that when you open you see more bad poetry, and you find a sending stone, as well as, if you want, you can find a couple daggers as well.
I missed most of that list because I was dying, but I did hear the notebook with more bad poetry and the sending stone, a couple daggers, a bone, and a few other spell
You found a
components.
component pouch with some spell components, like a small animal's bone, a little bit of diamond dust, and troll's hair.
I hope someone else wrote that down because I didn't.
MJ looks to be appearing to be writing things down. I don't know if it's for that or not, but
Nope.
I was organizing my dice. Like the dice goblin I am.
oh man.
Okay. I hold up the sending stone, forgetting momentarily that I can talk in his mind, and I just kind of like shrug, like, what do you want to do with this?
Who do you think it goes to?
I don't know. We'd have to use it. Should we wake him up?
Does this guy look particularly tough?
Physically, he looks pretty scrawny, but you did find a component pouch. You can assume that he's a spellcaster of some sort. Maybe, could be, also a rogue. He has daggers, but it's hard to tell. He's wrapped up in he's wrapped up in pretty heavy clothes. Obviously, it's very cold, so.
I feel like we could wake him up.
Okay. So, I take one of my daggers and I hold it to his neck, and I try to rouse him.
Who are you?
Hey, buddy, I think I'm gonna ask questions.
What do you want?
Are you familiar with the people who kidnapped a Maeve Strongheart recently? With the Ether Crow?
I don't know a bitch by that name. What?
All right. Blonde girl. Recently kidnapped. Ykalle and I keep blanking on the cult's name.
The Zorogog.
No.
Oh.
Necromancers.
Oh, and the Mortifer Pactum, right?
Yeah, and the Mortifer Pactum.
I both mentioned the Ykalle and the Mortifer Pactum. You can see his eyes kind of jitter and look to the side.
I press the dagger a little bit closer to his neck. I don't think silence will do you any good.
I might know a thing or two.
Wonderful. Where are they now?
They left. Went north.
North.
They went north.
Very vast expanse of distance that can be gone. Why don't we get a little bit more specific?
I don't know a lot. I'm just a lookout for the Pactum. It's just a job, okay? Please don't kill me.
Well, does the job pay very well?
I'm hoping to move up.
How about moving down?
He kind of cocks his head a little bit at that. What?
I press the dagger a little bit closer, and it just starts to cut him a bit.
Roll me an intimidation check.
Yeah, that's so fair.
With advantage, actually.
Interestingly, intimidation, not Kaldin's strongest suit. 15.
DC wasn't super high, so you're good. I don't know much. They had a burlap sack. I was told to be on the lookout for search and rescue. Fell asleep. They went further into the city. They had a drop-off point. I don't know where.
How recently were they here?
Looks at his fire and how much wood's left type of thing. A couple hours, maybe.
And who does this reach? And he shows the stone.
My boss.
Excellent. He should know more. Go ahead and call him.
Fuck. Okay.
And if you make it obvious, obviously, I will kill you.
He does a big swallow.
Oh, careful, careful. Don't want to swallow too big right now.
He reaches his hand out for the sending stone. Boss, check it in. This is, I don't have a name prepared for this guy.
Would you think I was just gonna go kill him immediately?
I just wasn't sure I was gonna need it, to be honest. I didn't think about it.
Harold, Hank.
I was gonna say Frank.
Gerald.
Boss, this is Frank. Just checking in, making sure the parcel was delivered. Fuck are you checking in? Parcel delivered? You aren't a part of that supply line. You don't get to know that shit. Frank looks up at you like, what do I do?
I give him a look like, you figure it out.
Yeah, boss, they left one of their weapons here. Was gonna go deliver it. Where would that location be? They can buy themselves another dagger. Stay where the fuck you are and keep a lookout like you're supposed to. Yes, sir. Frank looks back up at you, eyes kind of wide and a little scared, puts the stone down. I tried.
Oh, that's disappointing. I take the stone back. Well, in his head. Well, now what do we do?
Well, I guess we head north for the most part. And see if we find what we're looking for.
What do we do with him? Tie him up?
Yeah. Sounds like a good plan.
Did I see any rope on this guy? Or anywhere in his little...
Yeah, you could probably find some. I would make it would be an easy assumption to say members of this specific organization would probably carry rope on them, especially if they're
oh, I hate
looking
that.
and
I
on the
hate the way
lookout
you
for
worded that.
search and rescue, you know.
I hate that that's how you phrased that. Knowing what I know. All right, well, fine. I'll bring out the BDSM knots, and I'm gonna tie this dude up. Don't ask me why Kaldin knows those.
Yeah, Yellen is like, why do you tie him like that? Just curious. Is all.
It's the
The
aesthetic.
howling laugh that y'all are lucky was muted at BDSM knots.
So he's gonna tie this guy up. He's gonna take a cloth or something, kind of dab at the little bit of blood. He didn't cut him deep. It'll close in a second. It's fine.
Right.
He cleans it up. He's not an asshole, probably. Kaldin, I mean, I don't know about Frank. Frank's an asshole.
Frank might be an asshole.
Definitely.
Could be someone who's just lost on their way, you know? He's a starving artist.
If he had any amount of power, he'd be such an asshole. He's just bottom rung.
He's a starving artist.
Don't put that on us! We still have a moral compass here!
He's trying to make ends meet while he tries to make his poetry career take off.
Yeah, me too. I work 3 jobs. I don't sell my soul.
That's fair, you know, that's fair.
Have you been given the opportunity to?
I mean,
This is a
I
long time
turned
to
down
answer this question.
some adult shows and opportunities because, yes, I still do have a certain thing I will not do. Though everybody has a price, I will say that.
Everybody has a price. I know I've got one. But that's a story for another day that hopefully we don't ever have to get to. Yeah, very different podcast. So, after you successfully tie this guy up, obviously, do you gag him as well?
I mean, if we're going BDSM,
Yeah, then you got to, right? Cool. Okay. So what do
genuinely
you-
no shade to the BDSM community. I have no hate. So sorry. You guys are getting the brunt of this. So sorry.
So do you all take off towards the north then?
Yeah. I have taken the things that I found on him, by the way.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. Cool. Yeah, we will actually skip forward in time just a little bit because as you head north, trying to follow as many paths as you can, seeing any sort of signs of a burlap sack or just 3 sets of footprints, anything like that, it takes you the majority of the day. You are at this for quite some time, and frankly, the city that you think you're in is quite large. One of the oldest and largest cities in the world, as you seem to have a knack for going to at this point, the group does. And so after the whole day of searching, trying to find clues, anything that could maybe be helpful, using some of your old roles and also just the passives that I know some of you guys have, you hear a whisper in the dark as you come to an intersection in the sewer where it's a 4-way intersection. You hear a whisper in the dark to the right, and for just a second, maybe it was a flame, some sort of source of yellowish orange light, just for a flash of a second coming from the left.
What did we hear?
You couldn't make out exactly what the words were, just a whisper of some sort. You could tell it was somebody talking. You could tell that at least.
And it's not wall there, right? There's we could walk.
No, you're at a
down that way.
4-way. You're at a 4-way intersection in the sewers.
I should check that out.
Do you want me to follow behind?
Maybe keep a distance.
All right.
I'm gonna try and quickly sneak.
Okay. You quickly move towards the direction of the sound you heard, thinking it a whisper, and very quickly, at the edge of your vision, you see a group of 3 people, maybe, hooded. Hard to make out any features, but you can see they're all brandishing weapons, and they're all low, attempting to sneak, moving towards you guys.
Moving in our direction, then.
Correct. And just as a reminder, the glint of light that you saw had come from the left, where you went to the right currently.
What? I thought...
There was,
I thought that those were the same. Sorry.
Nope, that's all good.
Okay. Okay, so we have 3 individuals trying to sneak up on us. Should we just confront them or keep going?
Well, they could have information. That could take us where we need to go.
True. Kind of have the jump on them right now.
Well, then let's seize the opportunity.
All right. Okay. What's their formation?
2 in front, 1 in back.
Cool. I'm going to chuck 3 daggers at the guy in the back.
Nice. Give me some rolls to hit. Absolutely.
Wouldn't it be so fun if his hit points were low enough that I just killed him? And they don't even notice because he's in the back. Anyway, I have to hit, though. Not as great. So 19, 13, and 27.
19, 13, and 27. The 13 misses, but the other 2 definitely hit. Give me some damage for those as you throw.
First one's gonna be sneak.
These are your mental daggers, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. And Yellen, what are you doing as Kaldin lets loose the first attack?
I will, against someone he's not attacking, I will cast Blight.
Ooh, that's a save I gotta make, right?
Yep. Constitution.
It's very rude that it automatically adds my sneak attack damage because it makes it look very good. but then it's like, actually, it was 7.
That's a natural 1, Young.
Ooh.
Actually,
35
that's 7.
damage total.
35 damage.
It was
Shit.
very good sneak attack. It was better sneak attack on the second one since it automatically added it, but the actual damage was 7.
How
My
rude.
goodness.
So rude of it to tell me that.
And that's 38 damage from Blight.
38. Oh my god. Y'all are insane.
Don't piss off Kaldin and Jellen.
No kidding. Oh my gosh. So the mental daggers hit the guy in the back as suddenly you hear a cry, bink. Ah! The guy to your left. What does the blight look like, Yellen? Can you describe exactly what happens with that spell?
Yeah, so it looks almost like a necrosis, like sickness that starts to kind of like burn its way through the skin a little bit, and it just kind of is peeling itself away.
Oh, that's terrible. Okay, as he starts like almost gurgling out in pain, and the last guy yells out, "They know we're here! Get him!" As suddenly you hear the sound of 3 others behind you, now rushing towards, as they begin to sprint. Let me get a initiative from both of you real quick.
Guess we'll die.
All right, cleric initiative time. Let's go.
I get advantage on this now. Yippee!
Dude,
Oh yeah,
I've rolled
cleric
terribly
initiative.
on that too. Oh my god.
I got a 2.
2 is
Cleric
Yellen.
initiative.
Yeah. And 15 for Kaldin.
Nope.
Okay, that gives me a thing to go by here. Okay. Dun 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 dun. Battle music begins. As you had gotten the surprise attack, the 2, they're not dead, but they are very wounded as you see them trying to recover and getting back up on their feet as the third of that group, and then the 3, the very sudden sprinting steps of 3 people rushing in behind you. Kaldin, you are up first. And you are on about a 10-foot wide path, water on the other side of that 10-foot path of the sewer water, and then a wall on both sides, and the ceiling's about 10 feet high. So,
Alright.
fairly narrow
I'm gonna
here.
climb to the ceiling because maybe I can freak him out by just being on the ceiling.
You're just spider climbing up there? That's crazy.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Look, I'm a distance rogue. I like to be away. How bad off does the guy look that I attacked?
Fairly bad. I would consider him, in old D&D terms, bloodied.
Would I... Well, okay. I guess I'll just try and hit him with all 3 and see what happens.
Okay. As you climb to the ceiling, you send out a couple more mental daggers. Your attacks are hard to like try to get a description for because they're literally invisible. Like they're just...
I imagine that if you had true sight, what you would be seeing is just basically this like coalescence of magical energy and not really in any shape specifically at all. It just kind of like comes together and he pushes it.
Gotcha.
Or he's the way that he envisions it so that he can like get himself to actually take control of the magic, because he still needs to be able to visualize something to get it to work the way he wants. He pulls on the old like weapons training his dad tried to put him through unsuccessfully when he was younger. When sword fighting didn't work, he tried to teach him like throwing daggers. And so he envisions a dagger in his mind and then does that movement. But obviously it doesn't actually look like that.
Right. Not like that though.
2 of them potentially hit. One was a 15, one was a 19.
Okay, yeah, they both end up hitting.
Okay. 3rd one was a 12, so that didn't hit.
No, that does definitely not hit. As you spider climb up the wall, looking like you're straight out of a horror movie, you get up to the ceiling and you shoot your hands out 3 times, 2 of them finding placement invisibly into that last guy in the back. What's the damage we're looking at here?
17.
17 total damage. Not...
I rolled all 1s for the first one.
Dang, that sucks. Not enough to kill him, but you do see as he like clutches at himself in a variety of areas and his head's just pounding as he screams out again, incapacitated for just a moment.
And that's the end of my turn.
Okay. As I put them on my notes, quote unquote bad guys. As these members of the Mortifer Pactum now approach to assault all of you, the 2 of you, you see as a couple of the ones that you're closest to, the two in front, the one with Blight recovers enough to make the dash forward with the other as they try to attack you physically with the dice, but from behind you, they're still far enough away. Instead of them dashing forward to get you, they're too far away. They throw their daggers as you're going to be assaulted with daggers from both sides. And frankly...
You as in me as in Kaldin?
I was just about to say, as frankly, with Kaldin having gone to the ceiling, all the attacks are going to Yellen.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Yellen.
No, it's ready. I was born
you
for
have
this.
higher con than me, though, so...
Let's see. So you're looking at... 2 dagger attacks from each one. Okay. 26, 10, 11. Another 26.
That'll do it.
That's 2 natural 20s, by the way, in a row, or so far. Then an 8.
No, that's not going to hit
Those
either.
2 nat 20s are going to make up for all the other misses. What the fuck?
And then a 21.
21 does hit, yeah.
15,
Yellen's
17.
gonna fucking die. We're gonna fucking die.
17 does hit, yeah.
Okay, 4 hit with 2 of them being natural 20s. Let me do the damage here for you real quick. As you get 6 daggers thrown at you from behind you. Technically, actually, all of those were supposed to be at advantage. So I should technically re-roll them.
A 17 hit? What is your AC?
16.
Why is your AC lower than Kaldin's?
Why? Don't you have heavy armor?
Leather armor!
I've got half plate on. I have medium armor.
Fuck!
Yeah, they're supposed to be at advantage. I'm gonna re-roll for a couple of the ones that missed.
Fuck!
14, 25, 10, and 23. Okay, so two more hit. There we go. All right. So 2 natural 20s, 4 hits normally. Let me calculate all this damage here real quick.
I'm missing Thalira right about now.
In nomine Patri et Filii. Like, cue that ever after scene of the bishop and the bride just blubbering on her way to the inevitable. Yeah.
2 of those were critical, right?
2 of them were, and I'm
I'm gonna use Sentinel at Death's Door to make that not critical as a reaction.
For one of them?
Yeah, for one. I can't do it for both.
Okay, so what? Okay, so in that case, that is 32 damage for all the ones that are not critical. That's piercing, obviously. And then for the one that is critical, 10 damage from the one that hit with a crit.
All right.
Or actually,
Easy.
no, sorry. I only double the dice. That would actually only be... I rolled a 1 on the dice on that one. So that's 6.
Oh, hell yeah.
So that's the total amount of damage. As you literally have 6 daggers from the back, 4 from the front. The ones from the front are holding a dagger in each hand and literally just come out to just physically melee stab you as the ones from the back are thrown. So many of them find home as you all of a sudden find that you are bleeding out of many new holes that have been added to your body. As Kaldin, you're on the ceiling and look down to just hear a
fucking
clashing
horror
of metal as obviously several of these daggers bounce off his half plate, and an eruption of Yellen, essentially V5, erupted right underneath you as you went up to the ceiling.
I'm going to summon my elemental.
Yes, let's go! I fucking love that guy.
So I'm going to use that ability.
For the audience, describe what that looks like again for us.
Yeah, so the tattoo on Yellen's arm kind of pulsates and the skin on it grooves up like it's stones, creating a little labyrinth along the tattoo along his arm. And the elemental rises from the ground, kind of pulls itself up out of the stonework.
Fuck yeah.
I forgot about Yana. I don't have a sheet for Yana yet.
I do not have a stat sheet for Yana. Oh, that's unfortunate. I can... Can I find something real quick? The Abyssal Chicken. Yo, what the fuck is this thing? Okay,
Close enough.
Actually, yeah, it kind of is close enough. I'll send this to you. Use this for today.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, back in the scene as your elemental rises back in. If I remember correctly, his voice is audible for everyone, right? It's not just in your head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you look fucked up.
Don't have time to talk about it. Just back to back.
Okay, he is yours to control during your turn, so go for it.
All right, so first things first, I'm going to have him attack the guys that are coming from behind us.
Okay.
And he'll do his slam attacks.
Nice.
26 for the first one.
Yeah, that hits.
Ready.
Absolutely, that hits.
And then a 22 for the second one.
That definitely also hits. As you're rolling damage, also think about what does it look like as this giant stone elemental, not giant, but this large stone elemental rises out of the ground and goes forward to slam the assassins that had approached you from behind.
13 points of damage from the first one, and then 17 points of damage from the second. And I imagine he pulls himself out of the ground, like almost from underneath the bricks. And we're in like a sewer, right? Like one side of us is the water, and then it's the walkway in the wall.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah, I imagine he like sticks his arm into the walkway and then the other into the wall, and he kind of pulls up a bunch of the stones and whatever other kind of things are in there, and kind of like slams them up and down like battle ropes at a gym.
Oh, hell yeah. So one of the assassins approaching from your end takes all this damage as the other two dive out of the way, obviously falling to the ground and then getting hit by quite a bit of bludgeoning damage. I think it was a total of 30. Do you have anything else on your turn since you've controlled him?
I think it's an action to summon him, I believe. So I think that's it for me for now.
Okay. Well, back to Kaldin's turn.
So are we saying that we just kind of skipped Yana the first round since I didn't have her stuff?
Yeah, it'd be easiest.
Then I'm gonna have her like jump in, literally, and go after the dude that I've been attacking, and she's gonna try and rip his throat out.
Hell yeah. Okay. Serrated beak coming at you.
Yeah.
Note to add some serrated clucks.
Yeah, right. Serrated clucks. In my head, whenever I think of Yana attacking with her beak, I don't know why, but the sound that fills my brain every time is the sound of a chainsaw.
That is not canonical.
No, it's not, but that's what my head hears every time that she goes to like attack her and whatnot with a vampire chicken. I just hear that chainsaw. Like, that's so not what that would be, but like also, I kind of like it.
So 13 plus 6, that's 19 to hit.
19 to hit definitely hits. What is the minimum damage you could roll?
She rolled an 8.
Yeah, that's enough. What does it look like as Yana runs up and rips out the throat of this assassin who's been struggling from the start?
There's this giant-ass chicken that for some reason they were ignoring. She leaps up over Yellen's head and lands on this dude and just bites into his neck and rips it.
With the sound of a chainsaw running the whole time. I'm kidding.
No. No. Not with that.
Awesome. As his throat is literally ripped out of his neck, blood spurting out, and the scream getting cut off very shortly by the sound of just gurgling of liquid blood.
Yum.
Indeed. Is there anything else? As one assassin of the 6 is down, anything else on Yana's turn, or are we moving into Kaldin's?
I think she just gets the one, right?
I believe that is true.
She's done movement and action, so Kaldin is then gonna turn to the dude who is pretty severely burned from the blight, and he's gonna throw his attacks at that guy.
Okay. Give me some rolls to hit that I know are probably gonna hit majority of them.
Let me hold that. There's an 11, 26, and 19. Okay, hold the 11. I'm gonna see if I can fix that and make it hit.
Oh?
Hell yeah. And a 19. I changed it to a 19 with one of my psionic dice.
Nice. Very nice. Okay, they definitely all hit.
29 damage.
29 damage. Good lord. Yeah, he is just he looks like he's on the brink of death.
And I'm actually going to drop down to the ground.
Okay.
And that's me. So Kaldin is going to be very close to Yana now.
All right, as you drop down, landing next to Yana as she has hopped off the dead body and taken like a defensive stance to her father, essentially. Is there anything else Kaldin wants to do with his turn? Or can, rather?
Nope, that's me.
Okay, as the bad guys, the 5 assassins that are left, the one looking on the brink of death, the one having been thrown and taken damage from the stone elemental, they all recover and gear up to come at you all with another round of attacks. They're all pretty simple, not gonna lie to you. I think everyone here, as well as the audience, can understand. They've got daggers, they're assassins, they're gonna come stab you. Let me give you all a series of rolls, as now that you've dropped down from the ceiling, Ykalle has shown herself to be obviously aggressive. The attacks are not obviously all going to Jellen at this point. The two that were behind you all see the stone elemental and see that they make a quick assumption that their daggers probably aren't going to be able to do a lot of damage to this. So they skirt around the back of the stone elemental, not leaving its melee, trying not to leave its melee range, but if need be, will throw daggers once again, as those three are going to attack Jellen, and then the other two will be attacking you, Kaldin. First one there, Jellen, is a 23, second is a 6, and third is a 21.
21 and 23 will hit.
22, 12, and 23.
Which ones are for Kaldin? The last two? The 12 and the 23?
No, those are all from the three that were behind you. Each assassin makes 2 attacks.
Okay, so those are all for Jellen.
Oh, sorry, say them one more time. I also thought they were going to Kaldin.
2 of them would hit. It was 22 and like an 11 and then 23.
Okay, cool.
So total of 4 would hit you, which is going to be a total of 25 piercing damage.
All right.
As you have, from the 3 behind you, they try to circumvent around, trying to dance around your stone elemental as he is attempting to attack them, hitting one of them fairly well, but 6 more daggers come your way, 4 of them managing to find home, as the other 2 left standing assassins from in front of you that you had seen originally have now turned to you, Kaldin, as you had dropped next to Ykalle, and they are going to come up and attempt to spar with you, trying to get their daggers in. And you got a 21, a 14, a 9, and an 8.
Okay, one of those hit.
Oh no. That'll be 8. Ooh, max damage. 8 piercing damage from the one that managed to find home.
All right. So I'm going to half that to 4.
Okay, as you're trading blows, the 2 of them coming up on either side of you, they're trading blows, looking like an anime scene, as it's a flurry of fists and weapons. As the one seems to find home, how do you manage to have that damage as it looks like it's about to hit you?
As it's coming for, I think he's probably going for somewhere more vital, like my neck.
Absolutely, yeah.
But I dodged to the side a little bit more, so it mostly just like grazes.
Nice, very nice. Narrowly avoids the carotid artery.
Would have sucked.
Would have sucked indeed. That is their turn. We are to the top of the turn order with Ykalle to the bottom of the turn order with Jellen.
All right. I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on myself at 3rd level.
Okay.
So 68 plus 4. All right, it wasn't great, but that's 19 points back. And then I will have my elemental do 2 more slam attacks on these guys.
Nice. Give me some rolls to hit and give me some descriptions.
All right, so that's a 16 on the first one, 25 on the second.
Yeah, that definitely is. Absolutely. Hell yeah. I can hear so many dice hitting the table. Oh no.
So that's 17 and then 15.
Okay.
Instead of slamming into the walls this time, he's it's hard to describe what I'm thinking. Sends ripples through the ground, aiming mostly for the knees.
Nice. Okay, so as he sticks his fist into the ground and pulls it up, sending stone flying at these assassins, keeping it low, trying to knock them prone, hitting their knees, he manages to find the same one who is trying to recover again, knocking him down to the point he is now bloodied with broken knees. Not looking good. As he is, I will go ahead and give you the extra in the fact that he is now permanently prone as his legs are broken. Very nice.
Nice.
Yeah, that's it for me. I just hold my shield up, get ready for the next one.
All right, Kaldin and Ykalle.
Okay, describe for me what the scene looks like at this moment.
As you are in the sewer, water on one side, you have the 10-foot fairly narrow pathway that you all have been walking around. You had been ambushed from both sides. As you drop down, the 2 that are still left alive are right in front of you and Ykalle. And if you're looking on a battlefield, it's the 5 feet mark. They're in melee as you had just traded blows. Behind your back, as if you're back to back, is Jellen, who just healed himself with his stone elemental in front of him about 10 feet, doing its best to target some of these assassins as they are weaving in and around the stone golem, trying to attack Jellen himself.
So I say to Jellen in his mind, see if we can keep the broken one alive. And then I guess I'm gonna try and hit at least once more to the dude who should really be dead by now, with his skin melted off
Yeah, he's on the brink of death. I mean, he's not looking good.
Does a 14 hit?
It just misses.
Okay, so I'm gonna hit him instead.
Okay.
Literally just. Oh, never mind. That's a 7. So what'd I say? 14.
Yep.
Yeah, plus 7 to that. So.
Sheesh.
And then that's gonna be 9. How's he looking after that?
Yeah. Describe his death, for sure.
Okay, he's right there with us. So I guess I'm just gonna act like I had a real dagger in my hand and just like stab him in the chest with it, and it just does the psychic damage instead.
Nice. I love that. He just crumples. No blood doesn't spurt out, anything like it. Just crumples. Finally, death taking him as it should have about 6 seconds ago.
It's honestly a relief for him at this point. Now you said there's another guy over there near us who's still alive?
Yes, the last of the 3 of the original 3 you had seen.
So I think in one fluid motion, I'm gonna hit this guy and then swing back around and chuck a couple more at the other guy.
Hell yeah, okay. Roll me some hits for that one.
Nat 20, baby.
Boom!
And 19.
And 19. This guy has not taken any damage yet. So roll the damage.
He's gonna fucking take damage now.
Damn right. As you spin around and you make the motion as if you're chucking daggers like you normally do. How much pain is he gonna be in? Let me see this damage.
23.
23 total?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I love the idea as you put your hand as if you were stabbing him, the dude crumbles, and as he's crumbling, you're pulling your hand away, spinning, to then throw another one to the dude coming up on your flank, hitting them and immediately making him stop for a moment as he clutches into pain as Yana is reaching down to pluck
him.
To pluck at the now dead body as it's crumbling.
Oh, she's not going after that. She's going after the guy coming after us that Kaldin just attacked also. So she's gonna hit as well.
Ooh, let's see it.
And she's really liking going for that neck muscle. That's like real tasty there, she just found out. She hadn't bit anyone's neck before, and now she might have a taste for it. Good or bad?
That's scary.
The real vampire and the vampire chicken.
Oh no, you're right. I didn't even think about that.
Oh God.
Okay, remind me what okay, D20. Okay, 17 plus 6. Guessing that hits.
Absolutely.
13.
So after taking now 36 damage in that round, the dude pauses for a second and clutches himself before looking up at you and knowing that he's pretty much going to have to go out fighting, or he could try to run away.
He could try to run away.
Is at this point, as he goes to take a step back, he pulls a sending stone out of his pocket. Code Red, we're getting fucked.
Can he speak after getting his throat just like dug into by this giant chicken?
Barely. Code Red. Barely. It doesn't come out great. And he is going to turn around and try to run away. So if you'd like an opportunity attack, both you and Yana can get one.
Yeah, I think Yana's gonna go ahead and do that. It is another 17.
Nice.
6. Ooh, much worse roll. 7.
Okay.
She goes for his Achilles heel.
She goes to try to stop him, essentially trying to get that one last hit, and it does manage to hit him in his thighs as he lurches forward, having to catch himself for a moment, and is now limping away. The other bad guys, there is the one that is completely prone with legs broken. He is going to try to throw his daggers, and the other two are going to also react in the same way, having seen everything that's happening, see the cries of their comrades and the guide starting to limp away, and they will also try to leave, but they will try to leave knowing that there's an earth elemental sitting right here, and generally, and a lot of times, they may or may not like water, depending on what kind they are going to dive into the water. That will give Yellen, if you want your earth elemental to have opportunity to attack one of them, you can.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do an opportunity attack. That's a 10.
Yeah, that definitely does not hit. And the dude that's prone has no other choice, so he is going to throw his 2 daggers at you, his last remaining 2. That is a 23 and a 13.
One of those hits.
Okay, and that's going to be a total max damage again. That's a total of 8 piercing.
Easy.
As another dagger has found a spot in between your half blade and is sticking out of you again.
I hopped down so that they would start targeting Kaldin too instead of just Jellen, and then I've taken 4 damage.
Listen, I attacked you. They rolled terribly against you. And then
Kaldin's
you have
just
the
too
damage
fast.
I did get.
He's a fucking rogue.
That's right.
Yeah.
And that's going to be their turn. The 2 have jumped into the water and are swimming away. 1 is limping away on the other side. Yellen, it is your turn. We're about at the end of the combat.
The one that's limping away, is he closer to me or my elemental?
The one that's limping away is on the opposite side. Is on the opposite side of you, and limping away from Kaldin.
Oh, I gotcha. How close am I to the ones that have jumped into the water?
At this point, probably 15, 20 feet.
I'm gonna cast Ice Knife on them.
Ain't getting away that easy.
That's a natural 20.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
What I can only assume is roughly the end of combat. For a natural 20 there to finish it off, I will let you tell me, how do you want to do this?
Okay, yeah. So, Yellen hits one of them in the thigh with the ice knife, and I imagine instead of bursting into ice, it just freezes the water around them, almost making a little blockage.
Nice, very nice. So it manages to freeze the water around the one as the second one continues to swim off. Looks back and looks back for just a second, but continues to leave his comrade as he is fending for himself. As you now have 1 captured in ice, completely frozen, 1 knocked prone, barely alive, and another one limping away down the other side pretty slowly. That is end of initiative.
All right, cool. Yana's gonna jump on the guy limping away and finish him off.
And the chainsaw just goes crazy. And Yana's having a great time. You might have started something terrible.
Yeah, Yana's learned something new about herself that Kaldin is maybe concerned about.
Blood?
It's supposed to be eggs, dude. You're supposed to like eggs.
Blood?
Oh no!
Probably need to write this in the book. New behavior noted.
Do not use them to fight. I repeat, do not use them to fight.
Fantastic. That guy's taken care of fairly quickly as Yana is going crazy about 20 feet away.
Look, in her defense, he attacked Dad.
Yeah, that's right.
So gonna go check out this broken dude.
Yep.
Maybe tie him up so he can't get to more daggers. How many daggers does he have on him? He's thrown a lot.
That was the last one. Yeah, that was the last one he had thrown. I said that, yep.
Yeah, I suppose we better talk that guy, figure it out.
Oh, my legs. I can't feel my legs. What?
Yeah, that's a bummer. I don't think they'll ever work again.
What?
Kaldin comes over and crouches in front of him. So, what you doing here?
Fuck. Failing's what I'm doing. Oh my.
We can be a little bit more descriptive than that.
Oh, why is it so cold?
Oh, I think you're dying, honey.
Oh no. As his eyes kind of gloss over for a moment, not completely dying, but going even further into shock, you hear a voice emanate. And Kaldin, you recognize the voice. It's a voice you haven't heard in a long time. In fact, it's a voice that never really necessarily had, if I remember correctly, really talked to you. You just overheard. We can't have you spilling our secrets. As you hear an eccentric old lady's voice just kind of fill the area, not from any specific point. You watch as just blood kind of slowly starts to spill out of his neck from what would have been such a fine cut that you wouldn't have noticed it. And he starts to gurgle. And his blood just starts spilling out of his neck.
Bitch!
I'm gonna cast Spare the Dying on him if I can.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Well, I never thought I would have seen you back in this city. Oh, what a treat. Why don't you come and visit me? I might help. Or not. I don't think you have a choice, though. And then the world goes black for both of you.
What?
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
Ugh.
thank you so much for joining us for just a lovely episode 19, right? Yes. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties at the end. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'm sorry to just put another cliffhanger for you. Just the worst.
No, you're not.
But regardless, we'll see you next time for episode 20. See you then.
Bye.
Bye.
We would like to thank our cast, myself, Curtis Woosley, as the GM, MJ Gunther as Thalira Grimstone Ykalle, Sapheara as Maeve Strongheart, Rennie Armas as Kaldin, and Jack Baldwin as Ykalle. Additional thanks to Centric GFX for our graphics, to MJ and Rennie here for our show editing, and our intro and outro music composed by Ryan Moons, owner-operator of Eyes on the Moon Studios. Just a bit ago, and not too far from where we just left our friends in the sewers, lies the coast of the city of Undor. The bay in which the ships that transport come to dock is outlined with large spires of rock breaking the rough sea's wake, allowing for a somewhat calm in comparison body of water for the ships to dock. And speaking of this dock, a wide-holed ship, obviously meant for cargo and made with expert craftsmanship, masterfully glides into the dock as large ropes are thrown around the posts. Soon the gangplank drops, and a man that stands out among the crowd begins to walk down. As surrounding him are rough-and-tumble sailors, donning ponchos and trench coats and dirty boots as they stomp and splash through not just the water, but the slush as it mixes with snow and ash, creating the dark landscape of the city. You see this man stands out among these sailors as he appears in the opposite, as surprisingly as he walks down the gangplank in his perfectly polished shoes and the mist of the sea blowing across his face and the ash falling from the sky, he gives no mind, wearing a suit and tie, slicked back black hair with a perfect white stripe to accent his aesthetic, and to his side, a man that never leaves in a butler's uniform and a bald head. As he steps off the gangplank, onto the dock, down the dock, and into the city, he takes a couple steps in, and his eyes go wide as he freezes for a moment, and then quickly sticks his hand into his pocket, bringing out a small gemstone humming with magic. As he comes to his realization, the only words that escape his lips: he came home. And just as quickly as he had the time to ponder this, he very quickly snapped out of it, turned to the butler at his side, putting a hand on his shoulder. Gather the spawn now. We are not going to miss this opportunity. Quickly go. And with inhuman speed, the butler does indeed quickly disappear into the city.